Dear students, under the topic network analysis, here we have the first problem. Consider a project whose activities are given below. So now here the activities are given in the first row and the duration of each of the activities are given in the second row. So if you see here, there are totally 10 activities given here. So that is 1 to 2. The duration to complete the activity 1 to 2 is 8 weeks. From 1 to 3 is 7. 1 to 5 is 12. 2 to 3 is 4. 2 to 4 is 10. 3 to 4 is 3. 3 to 5 is 5. 3 to 6 is 10. 4 to 6 is 7. And to complete the activity 5 to 6, the duration taken is 4 weeks. So these are the activities and the duration of the activities given in a tabular form. Now here we have the first question which says that draw the network. So now as the first step, we have to draw the network diagram for this given activity. There are more questions on this problem, that is they are asking us to calculate the earliest start, earliest finish, latest start and latest finish, and also to determine the critical path of the project and to calculate the total float, free float, independent float and interfering float. So we shall see all this for this problem. So first step, we have to draw the network for this given problem. In these activities, this is represented by I and this is represented by J, where I takes these values, that is the tail event takes the value I and the head event takes the value J. So we will be representing it as I to J. So this implies activity I to J. Okay. So now here the value of I is 1 and the value of J is 2. So there is an activity between the event 1 and 2. And then if you notice, from the event 1 there are 3 activities emanating, that is 1 to 2, 1 to 3 and 1 to 5. These 3 activities are the parallel activities. So now let us draw the network diagram. So these 3 parallel activities first we will draw, because the initial node we will take 1, okay, and we will draw the 3 parallel activities. So first of all, the initial node let us take as 1. Now from that we are having 1 to 2, 1 to 3 and 1 to 5. So let us draw that. So if you see here, from this we have the activity 1 to 2. So this is the activity 1 to 2. And then we have the activity 1 to 3. So let me draw that now. So this is activity 1 to 3. And also we have another activity emanating from 1, which is 1 to 5. So let me just draw it like this. So it is 1 to 5. Yes, after this we have, so these 3 activities we have already drawn. Now we have an activity between 2 and 3 and also between 2 and 4. So from 2 there are 2 activities emanating, 2 to 3 and 2 to 4. So 2 to 3. So from this 2 3 we have an activity, and also there is another activity from if you see 2 to 4. So we can just have the 4 here. So 2 to 4. Then after completing this, so this is completed, 2 to 3 is completed, 2 to 4 is completed. Next we have 3 to 4. And if you see, from 3 there are 3 activities emanating. So 3 to 4, 3 to 5 and 3 to 6. So let us draw that now. So from 3 we have 3 to 4, and we also have from 3 to 5, and also we have an activity from 3 to 6. So let me draw that here. So this is 3 to 6, and after that if you check, so we have completed this, that is 3 to 4, 3 to 5 and 3 to 6 is completed. Then we have an activity between 4 and 6 and 5 and 6. So let us draw that now. So there is an activity from 4 to 6 and also from 5 to 6. So this is how we have to draw the network diagram. So after drawing the network diagram, what we shall do is we shall indicate these duration over the activities. That is, the duration taken to complete activity 1 to 2 is 8 weeks. So what we shall do, that 8 we will write over this arrow. Next, to complete 1 to 3, the duration taken is 7. So that we shall write over this arrow. So 1 to 3. Then the duration taken to complete 1 to 5 is 12. So we shall write that 12 over here. In a similar manner, to complete the activity 2 to 3, it is 4. So we shall write the 2 to 3, it is 4. And then to complete the activity 2 to 4, it takes 10 weeks. So we shall write the 10 above this arrow. And to complete the activity 3 to 4, it takes 3 weeks. So 3 to 4, it takes 3 weeks. And then to complete the activity 3 to 5, it takes 5 weeks. 3 to 5, it takes 5 weeks. And then to complete the activity 3 to 6, it takes 10 weeks. So 3 to 6, it takes 10 weeks. And then to complete the activity 4 to 6, it takes 7 weeks. 4 to 6 is 7. And finally we have the activity 5 to 6 and the duration taken is 4 weeks. So that we will write over here. So we are done with the first question. That is, the first question is draw the network. So we have finished this. Now here the second question is calculate the earliest start, earliest finish, latest start and latest finish. Now in order to calculate all this will be calculated by preparing a table. But before that, in order to calculate all this, we have to calculate the earliest occurrence and the latest occurrence. So how we have to do that is, the earliest occurrence is denoted by capital E. And the earliest occurrence for the first event is always taken as 0. So remember, the earliest occurrence is denoted by E and it is 0 for the first event always. And then this first event is finished. Number 1 is finished. Next we have to calculate the earliest occurrence for the event 2. Now for this event, the earliest occurrence E will be equal to, how we have to calculate is, we have to check for this event how many arrows are coming in. So that is how many activities are coming to this event. So if you see, there is only one activity from 1. So in that case, you should just add this duration with the earliest occurrence of the previous event. So the previous event is 1 and the duration from 1 to 2 is 8 weeks. So 0 plus 8 will give us E equals 8. So now we are finished for the event 2. Next we shall move on to the event 3. Now for the event, there are two activities, that is we have an activity from 2 to 3 and also we have an activity from 1 to 3. So there are two arrow diagrams, arrows you can see which come into this event. So now in that case, we should choose the maximum of the previous that is occurrence. That is, for example, the occurrence for the event 2 is 8. So 8 plus 4 is what? 12. So we have to choose a maximum of 12, comma, and then here the value of E is equal to 0. So 0 plus 7. So what is that? It is 7. So 12 and 7 we have, and the maximum of these two is E equals 12. So the value of E is equal to 12 for this activity 3. Now after completing the earliest occurrence of the activity 3, the event 3, we have to move on to the event 4. So for 4 we have to calculate the value of E, and again if you see, there are two activities which come into the event 4. Now, if you see, there is an activity 2 to 4 and also an activity 3 to 4. So now the value of E for the event 2 is 8. So 8 plus 10 gives us 18. So we have to choose maximum of 18, comma. The value of E for the event 3 is 12. 12 plus the duration between 3 and 4 is 3. So 12 plus 3. So it will be 15. So we have to choose the maximum of 18 and 15, and so the value of E will be equal to 18 for this activity 4. Okay. Now after completing 4, we have to move on to the next event, which is 5. Now if you see, there are two activities for the event 5. That is, from 1 to 5 we have an activity, 3 to 5 also we have an activity. Now in that case, what we have to do is, we have to check out. Now for E for this event is 12. So 12 plus the duration for 3 to 5 is 5. So 12 plus 5 we have to do, which is 17. So this will be maximum of 17, comma. Now here the duration is, the earliest occurrence, the value of E is 0. So 0 plus 12, which is 12. So the maximum of 17 and 12 we have to choose, and so the value of E for 5 will be equal to 17. So this is the value of E. And finally we have the event 6, for which there are 3 activities coming into it. So if you see, that is 4 to 6, 3 to 6 and 5 to 6. Now the value of E will be maximum of, now here the value for the event 4 is 18. 18 plus 7 we have to do, which is 25. So 25, comma, and here you have 12. For the event 3, the value of E is 12. So 12 plus 10, which gives us 22. And then the value of E here is 17. So 17 plus 4 we have to do, which is 21. And so that will be 21. Now what is the maximum of these 3? We can see that the maximum of these 3 is 25, and so the earliest occurrence E will be equal to 25 for the event 6. Now next we have to calculate the latest occurrence. So the latest occurrence of the last event is same as the earliest occurrence that we have obtained. Here what is the earliest occurrence that we have obtained? It is 25, and so the latest occurrence will also be 25. Now after the event 6, we have to move on to the next the previous event, that is the event 5. Now for 5, we must check how many activities are emanating from 5. Okay, that is coming out. So if you see, there is only one arrow coming out from 5, and that we have to take. Now the duration for that is 4. And what is the latest occurrence for this event? It is 25. So we have to subtract now. What is 25 minus 4? It is 21. So the latest occurrence for the event 5 will be equal to 21. And we didn't have more than one event emanating from it. So we can just subtract 4 from 25, and we get the latest occurrence for the event for 5 to be 21. So after 5 we will move on to 4. Now when we do 4, if you see how many events are emanating from 4, that is coming out. And if you see, there is only one event, activity emanating from the event 4. And if you see, the duration for that activity is 7 weeks. And the value of L for 6 is 25. So 25 minus 7, that is we have to subtract. 25 minus 7 is 18. So the latest occurrence L is 18 for this event 4. Now after 4, we should move on to 3. To calculate the value of L for 3, we have to check how many activities are emanating from 3. So if you see, we have activity 3 to 4, 3 to 5 and 3 to 6. So there are 3 activities emanating from 3. So for each we have to check first. Now what was L for 6? It is 25. So 25 minus 10 we have to do, and that what we get is 15. So here we have to choose a minimum of 15, comma. Now next another activity is 3 to 4. So here it is 18. So 18, from 18 we have to subtract 3. And what we get is 15 again. 18 minus 3 is 15, comma. And then we have the activity 5, that is 3 to 5 activity. And the value of L for the event 5 is 21. So from 21 we have to subtract this duration 3 to 5. The duration is 5. So if we subtract 5 from 21, what we get is 16. And so the minimum of these three values we have to choose. So 15 is the minimum, and so therefore the value of L for this 3 is 15. So remember, the L is equals 15. That is the minimum of the three values. Okay, now we have calculated L for 3. Next we have to move on to 2. The L for 2 we have to calculate, for which we have to check how many activities are emanating from 2. So we have 2 to 3 and we have 2 to 4. There are 2 activities. So now from 4, if you see here, we have 18. So 18 minus the duration between 2 and 4 is 10. So 18 minus 10 we have to do, and we have to choose the minimum value, right? So minimum of 8, comma, because 18 minus 10 was 8. And here what is L? It is 15. So 15 minus the duration is 4. So 15 minus 4 we have to do, and so here we get the value to be 11. So 11 we have to write here, because 15 minus 4 is 11. So which is minimum, 8 or 11? The minimum value is 8, and so therefore the value of L is equals 8 for this event. Now the only left out event is 1, for which we have to calculate L, and there are 3 events emanating from 1, and so we have to choose the minimum of, if you see here, the value of L for this event is 8. 8 minus 8 is 0, comma, and here we have 3, the event 3, which is 15. 15 minus 7 we have to do, which is 8, and so 8 we have to write. And also we have from here, okay, so 1 to 5 we have an activity. So the value of L is 21 here. So 21 minus 12 we have to do, and so we get it to be 9. But what is the minimum of these three? Obviously 0. So the value of L for the event 1 is 0. So by this we have found all the earliest occurrences and the latest occurrences. And now the occurrence, when the earliest occurrence is equal to the latest occurrence, wherever E is equal to L, those nodes we have to select, and the activities which pass through those nodes gives us the critical path. Now for example, here we have E equals 0 and L equals 0, and so this is selected. Now next, if you see, here you have E equals 8 and L equals 8, so this node is also selected. But for 3, E is 12 and L is 15, so we don't select this. And for 4, E is 18 and L is 18, so we need to select this node, this event. And then for 5, it is 17 and 21, and they are not equal. But here it is 25 and 25, so this node is selected. And the activities that pass through these nodes are 1 to 2, and then 2 to 4, and then 4 to 6. So this gives us the critical path, and so therefore the critical path is 1 to 2, 2 to 10, and 2 to 4 and 4 to 6. So we shall write the critical path here. The critical path is 1 to 2, and then 2 to 4, and then 4 to 6. And the duration to cover the activity 1 to 2 is 8, plus from 2 to 4 the duration is 10 weeks. So 10 plus for the activity 4 to 6 the duration taken is 7, so plus 7. So if we add all these three, we get 25, and so the duration to complete the project is 25 weeks. So this is the critical path, and this is the time taken, duration taken to complete the project. So as of now, we have calculated the earliest start and the latest finish. To calculate the earliest finish and the latest start, we have to draw the tabular column and let us finish it. And we have also found the critical path and the duration taken to complete the project. In our next video, the following video will be a continuation of this video, where we will be finding the earliest finish and the latest start, and also we will be finding the total float, free float, independent float and interfering float. Hope you have understood this concept. Thank you.